Sam, just to kind of go there early, I mean, what was, I guess, the conversations you were having that initially forced you to go into the portal, and then what brought you back?
Starters is just me listening to the wrong people for real. You know, I had to take care of my life. You know, I didn't have control of it. Now I got control of it. I'm doing my own thing for real. So that's what it really was. But what brought me back was, you know, I didn't want to leave. You know, I was a grave here. You know, I love it here, man. I ain't want to leave for real. So that's what it was.
What's it been like building that relationship with Lachlan? I'm not sure how much you guys had a relationship during the recruiting process, but just getting accustomed to him getting accustomed to you. What was that like over the past year?
I feel like me coming back made it way better. Like, we got a way better connection, you know, since I came back. You know, like, you know, when Alfred left, you know, it was a little shaky for real, like, that whole year. But really, when I came back, you know, me and Lachlan really sat down, you know, got to know each other a little bit more, you know, sat down and got that man-to-man talk for real. And that's what.
Was Alfred leaving maybe kind of the moment of college football as a business for you? That maybe, until you go through it, you don't realize how much of that is part of the nature here?
No, of course. This is definitely a business for me. So I just, you know, you gotta learn it, you know, and I learned the hard way. So
you mentioned listening to the wrong people. How difficult is that to deal with when you have so many people talking to you about your decisions?
At the time, you know, I was just trying to, you know, listen to my peers, you know, because I was a freshman, you know, I don't know about much, so like, you know, I had to listen to, you know, my peers and, you know, go from there. But now, you know, then I didn't have control of my life, you know, I had to regain it and do what I need to do.
So how good does it feel now to be back and to be spring practice has started, new season, new you?
No, I definitely got to, you know, reframe myself, you know, and restart, refocus. So,
how would you kind of frame your freshman year then? You talked about Coach Alfred leaving, but just like, what did you get out of it? What did you learn from it? How do you kind of view last season?
What I learned, I had to grow up, you know. I had to grow up from where I was, you know, until now.
And obviously, the group that was, you know, Travion, Quinshon, how much did they help you guys? I know I've talked to other guys about the learning from them. What maybe did you take from seeing two guys that, you know, are going to be drafted here in a month or so, working with them every month?
What I took from his leadership, you know, especially Travion, you know, he was a vocal leader in the room, you know, Quinshon, you know, on the field, learning from him, learning how to, you know, run hard, learning how to, you know, be vocal on the field and make sure I'm, you know, building my teammates up.
What do you view this spring as? What kind of opportunity do you see it as for yourself personally? Personally, I think, you know, I can definitely make an impact. I can definitely, you know, get on the field, you know, and make a name for myself and prove to myself that I can do this.
How has your relationship with Locke changed?
It changed. I think it changed tremendously. Like, you know, we weren't really talking, but now, like, you know, we have those man-to-man talks. We have conversations. So it's really better.
Was that more? Did you have to be more open, or did you have to be more aggressive in getting those talks, or like?
Yeah, I definitely had to be more aggressive in talking. I don't really talk much, so I always been like that. You know, I had to, you know, like I said, I had to grow up.
You've talked during the recruiting process and whatnot about kind of like Curtis Samuel comparison. Now that you're here, you've been in it for a year. Do you still view yourself that way? Just kind of, has that changed at all, or do you still think you can do some of those things?
I still think I can do some of those things. Also, you know, I just want to be a team player and help the team out as much as I can.
Do you think that more traditional running back role like we saw, I mean, obviously those guys last year caught passes out of the backfield and stuff, but how is that part of your game coming along?
I feel like being part of the pass game is really important for me because I ain't really big, you know, I'm scout back for real, so I can catch the ball, you know, I can run the ball too, and I got good vision, so.
We all often hear with running backs pass protection and how important that is. And young guys often have to learn that. Right. How much have you worked on that, and how big the focus is on that?
You know, in high school, you really ain't really block in high school. So, you know, like coming here, you really gotta lock into the pass protection because, you know, we the last resort of somebody getting to the quarterback.
So watching Travion do that last year, what kind of impact did that make on you in terms of the importance of the pass protection?
Man, he was a great blocker, man. You gotta ball up. That's what he told me, you know, and just, you know, you gotta, you know, lock in for it. So.
Sam, just what's it like for you to kind of, go through the process you did of, entering the portal, then coming back, and now being back here?
Like I said before, I had to grow up. I had to control my life. Now I do. I was listening to the wrong people.
Yeah, you said you have to grow up. Where do you feel like you're more mature going into this second year?
I feel like I need to be more vocal to not only my teammates, to my coach, coaches. So.
As a true freshman, does it feel like you're just going along for the ride? Was that like what your freshman year is? You're just going where you're told, and you don't did you not have enough control of what you were doing, or what?
Kind of, but I also had to, it was a learning year. I feel like that's what everybody's freshman year is. Some people's freshman year is, you got to learn. You got to learn to listen. So that's pretty much what it was.
Sam, is that one of those things you hear as you're going through the recruiting process over and over? It's going to be different when you get there. It's going to be different when you get there. But you can't really know what it's like until you get there and get through it. What is the advice to Turbo Rogers or Isaiah West or Bo Jackson from you, knowing that they're going through what you went through last year at this time?
I'll say it's very different. Different aspects of, you're not going to be, being up late at night. You're going to be, you got to be locked in. You got to know when to go to sleep early. You got to know when to, you're going to have classes at night. You're going to have stuff that you didn't do in high school. You're doing it here. You're doing the meetings late, especially in fall camp. You got meetings late. You're here all day. So.
You hear about it all the time, right?
Yeah.
In high school, but then you have to actually experience it.
No, it's real. It's real.
What's the bond like just between you and James that you've grown over this last year? How have you seen him grow?
I've seen him grow as literally starting to be a leader now, leader of the room. And, you just being that vocal person that we need.
When you're one of only two, returning scholarship guys in that room, do you feel like even though you're just a second year, that you do have to be a leader in the room?
I feel like I do have to be a leader, I'm one of the oldest people in the room, so I gotta be that person.
And what has CJ brought to the room?
He brought a good teammate, a vocal leader, a good player, and also a good friend.
All right, Sam. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it.